สวัสดีครับ and thank you for joining us for the evening edition of NBT World Brief on NBT and NBT World. ยศมีสุรพันธ์เหล่าธารณาริศ Thailand has launched the DE Digital Shield Forum to raise public awareness of online scams and help people protect themselves and family members from financial loss. Prime Minister and Minister of Interior ANUTIN Chanwirakoon presided over the opening of the Digital Shield Forum alongside Minister of Digital Economy and Society or DE Chaichanok Chitchop and Deputy DE Minister Nan Buntida Somchai. The Prime Minister stressed that online scam prevention should occur before any money is transferred. He cited a case in which a citizen successfully thwarted an AI voice cloning scam by calmly verifying the caller's identity. The government has made combating online crime a national priority by addressing mule accounts, illegally registered SIM cards, financial networks, criminal infrastructure, call center gangs, and transnational crime. Banks, telecommunications providers, digital platforms, security agencies, and businesses are urged to address vulnerabilities that scammers may exploit. The Digital Shield Forum offered practical guidance on identifying fraudulent calls and messages, avoiding suspicious links, protecting personal information, verifying requests before transferring money, and seeking assistance. The Prime Minister encouraged participants to share this knowledge with their families and communities. At the event, the Prime Minister also toured exhibitions organized by key agencies, which provided the public with updated strategies and information for navigating and reporting evolving digital threats. The government will open 2 new motorway sections for toll-free trial use later this month. These routes will offer alternatives to Mitraphap Road and Ramatu Road, helping to reduce congestion and improve travel efficiency. Deputy Government Spokesperson Lalida Pradwiwattana announced that the M6 motorway trial, covering the 110-kilometer Bang Pa-in-Pak Chong route, will begin on August 21st. This section will operate only for weekend travel from noon on Fridays to midnight on Sundays. Only four-wheel vehicles are allowed with a speed limit of 80 kilometers per hour. Motorists may enter or exit at Bang Pa-in, Hin Kong, Geng Khoi, Muok Lek, and Pak Chong. As the inbound Pak Chong Muok Lek section is still under construction, Bangkok-bound travelers from Pak Chong must use Thanarat and Mitraphap roads to reach the Muok Lek entrance. The rest area along the route provides only basic facilities, so drivers should ensure they have enough fuel or battery level before entering, as petrol and charging stations are not yet available. Meanwhile, the M82 motorway extension from Ekachai to Ban Pheo will open on August 28th at 10 a.m., completing a 25-kilometer stretch from Bang Khun Tien. This route will be open 24 hours a day for cars, trucks, and buses, with speed limits of 80 and 65 kilometers per hour, respectively. The deputy spokesperson suggests that commuters review each route's operating hours, vehicle restrictions, and entry points before traveling. For more information, travelers may contact the Department of Highways hotline at 1586. 76% of state welfare card applicants have completed identity verification, with the government reminding those who did not initially pass the qualification assessment to submit review requests by the end of this month. Government spokesperson Rachada Thanadirek cited information from the Department of Provincial Administration as of August 15th, saying 2.3 million new state welfare card applicants, or 76%, had completed identity verification. The number of people who had not yet verified their identities fell from approximately 980,000 to about 800,000. This group must complete identity verification in order to proceed to the process of receiving benefits under the scheme, which will begin on October 1st this year. As for eligibility reviews, 4.4 million people who did not pass the qualification assessment have already submitted requests for a review. This reduces the number of people who have not yet requested a review to approximately 4.9 million. They must complete the process by the 31st of this month. According to the spokesperson, these figures showed that public relations efforts and facilitation by government agencies have helped more people enter the review process. Over the past 2 weeks, around 200,000 additional people completed identity verification, while around 300,000 more submitted requests for an eligibility review. LOEI province has elevated safety measures for educational institutes to deter any attempts to mimic the tragic school shooting in Nonthaburi earlier this month. LOEI Provincial Governor Chayapot Jarunpong held a meeting with relevant agencies over measures to enhance safety and prevent violent incidents in educational institutions. The measures will follow the Ministry of Education's guidelines under 3 measures. The first measure, preemptive prevention and screening, includes screening and monitoring, controlling entry and exit areas, caring for at-risk groups, and implementing student support systems, as well as fostering understanding. It also includes the designation of safe zones at schools. Meanwhile, the second measure, incident response and situation control, involves conducting emergency response drills and linking emergency notification systems. The third measure, recovery, assistance and follow-up, covers psychological assistance, protection and referral of affected individuals, crisis communication, reviewing lessons learned and making improvements, integrating implementation at the local level, and reporting on the results. All educational institutions in LOEI province, as well as relevant agencies, have been instructed to implement these measures continuously. Forest runoffs have prompted the closure of Mesa Waterfall in Chiang Mai after a number of tourists were temporarily stranded in the face of strong water flow yesterday. Park officials are urging visitors to strictly follow announcements and instructions aimed at ensuring their safety. Yesterday, a flash flood occurred at Mesa Waterfall in Doi Suthep Pui National Park in Mae Rim district of Chiang Mai province, forcing tourists visiting the waterfall to rush out of the water. However, because of the strong and rapid current, some tourists were unable to leave the area promptly, with a number being carried away for a distance by the current. Park officials quickly responded to provide assistance and were able to bring all the tourists to safety. The tourists sustained only minor injuries, such as abrasions. They were given first aid and were able to return home. However, one tourist who had been swept away by the current reported experiencing pain and dizziness and has been sent to a hospital for further treatment. As of this morning, water levels have returned to normal. However, the national park has announced a temporary closure of Mesa Waterfall and is continuing to monitor conditions before considering reopening it to visitors. And that's the end of our evening edition of NBT World Brief. And for more stories, you can simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Goodbye for now. I'm Surapan Lautharanarit. สวัสดีครับ